I was actually wrong. The meeting with, I can't even remember her name, the new girl, that actually happened last episode. And actually, this is the review for Dr. Stone, Season 3, Episodes 8 and 9. Because I'm going to combine 8 and 9 with 10, and then 10 and 11 together, because then I'll be able to get Episode 12 up once that's done. Okay, 8 and 9. Actually, they end up they find the girl, and the girl gets met up with some guys who are obviously crazy for her, and she plays on that. And when she meets Senku and the others, obviously she tries to put on her charms, but Senku's not falling for it, and Gen is trying to get her to do it, but she's like, oh wait, you almost tricked me, because he wanted a hug. And dang it, what was his name? Soisu? Whatever the heck the name of the spaceship was. He just like falling hard. And they end up explaining to her who they are, where they're from, and why they're there. And she tells them that she's been trying to get into the inner palace because her friends got petrified, and she's trying to get a hold of the petrification beam, essentially. And we see in episode 8 how that was accomplished. Apparently, whoever's in charge has their own little group of people that they trust, and one of them has the petrification ray, which looks like it's on a rope. Like you twirl it and you toss it in the air, and it goes up in the air, and it'll petrify whoever is in a small enough around a range, because she was able to actually avoid it. And now that they know that there's limits to this petrification beam, which means that it's made with science, not magic, that means they have a way to grab it, use it, and then possibly, recreate it if they need to, hopefully. Or at least try and figure that out. And they're planning on getting these guys into the inner palace, because that's what... Dang it, I don't remember her name! She's trying to do that, and they're going to try and get somebody to go in with her to help her. Because, she can't do this alone. But the bad thing is that Kohaku's the only girl, and she's not exactly a dainty lady. So they're gonna have to be able to try and, make her pretty, like for a beauty pageant. Too bad though, Senku doesn't have a lot to work with on his person, so they're going to need the mobile lab, and that is on the ship. When they go there, they see one of the second in command there with his men, and the guy is freaking creepy. But we see that somebody actually avoided the petrification beam besides Suika. And it's Kinro. Yeah. Because he was underwater when it happened, and he managed to avoid it. So, yeah, you could probably guess that they don't have much faith in him. Thankfully, he's saved from getting caught by them by Suika in the greenhouse, catching their attention with a loud noise. And he is about to try and sneak out with Kinro, but he realizes that Kinro would be telling him not to do that and to go and help Suika, essentially. Because Suika's trying to avoid the guards. And he realizes that, yeah, they need the lab. Because Kohaku yelled it out to him, and that's what they realized, that he was there, essentially. So he goes down and lets the lab out while everybody else is busy chasing after Suika. And she somehow got in there, and he dove in the water while she's driving the lab through the water onto land, and the others, I guess, caught up with them at some point and got in the lab. And in order to be able to avoid them realizing that it's not that it's something other than an animal, which they're supposed to be thinking that, they make a fake fart smell, and Gen makes a fake fart noise to make them think that it's an animal, some kind of strange animal, and then they'll leave it alone, essentially. Or to at least avoid, them getting suspicious and thinking that someone's on the island, essentially. So, yeah, they thankfully managed to hide out in a pretty nice cave. So, in order to be able to help Kohaku, they have to be able to make her look like a dainty, pretty lady. That's going to be a little difficult. They go to untie her hair, and it just flies out, smacking Seko in the face when he did that. It shows how hard and brittle her hair is. So they managed to make shampoo, conditioner, which they use to make her hair clean and soft. And they make foundation, glitter, lipstick, perfume. I'm assuming some kind of eyeliner or something like that, or something. They make beauty products essentially in episode 9, which is nuts. And to think the beauty industry doesn't make use of just the simple stuff instead of making things insanely complicated. But yeah, they were at first going to have someone go with them from the science team, but they don't have a whole lot of options. Gen could probably pull it off. He might need, some kind of way to make a wig or something like that. But the fact that he is a little tall kind of defeats the purpose, and dang it, I'm blanking on his name. The other guy, the guy from the muscle team, yeah, that's a hard no. Senku, I don't know how I think of him as a girl. What do you guys think? And since those three didn't work out, they have Ginro left, and they get him set up in a similar way to Kohaku, and they go to meet up at the village where the girls are being chosen to go to the inner palace as brides. Yeah, now I'm really curious as to who this guy that's in charge is, why he's doing all this, and what he hopes to gain from doing all this, besides, setting himself up as a king with his own little personal harem. With the power to back up, being able to take out anybody that's there. Yeah. That's probably the main reason why he's doing this. Unless we got another really good reason, but anyway, this will be up once episode 8 and 9 are ready, and I will see you guys in episode 12!